Is every worker in Ontario covered by the Workplace Safety Insurance Board, otherwise known as WSIB? No, actually. It's not mandatory for every business to cover their employees or for every independent contractor to have coverage for themselves. In fact, in general, if you're self-employed, it's only optional coverage. But if you are employed or you're contracted to a workplace that is a mandatory WSIB coverage workplace, then you can't claim private insurance. You have to claim WSIB insurance should you become disabled or ill as a result only of a workplace injury. So keep that in mind when you're trying to decide between private insurance and WSIB. If you're working in a place, whether independently or as an employee, that does cover you for WSIB, that's great for workplace incidents. However, what about outside of work, where you have a car crash and your auto insurance only pays out maybe $400 or $500, $600 a week, or a month, if that, I should say. Having your own private plan actually can help you because it's more in line with what your actual income earnings are. And you can get a plan that covers you for outside of work related injuries only, so that WSIB, any injuries related to work are covered by WSIB. You don't have to pay that premium, your employer does, but you pay your own premium for any accidents, injuries, or illnesses that occur outside of the workplace. So that way you're fully covered, and it's a wise financial decision to protect your financial independence, to be fully covered from every angle, but also to understand how you may already be covered or where the gaps are and where you're not covered. So for example, if you're a business owner and it's mandatory for you to provide WSIB insurance for your employees, do you have it for yourself? You may not actually qualify. You could qualify for optional coverage and look into that and see if it's worth it for you. Or you can still have your own private personal disability plan that's portable. So let's say your business tanks and you have to go work for an employer or do contract work that does not provide any WSIB or other types of personal disability insurance. You're already paying for your own personal plan. It's portable for you wherever you go. So that's just something I wanted to bring up because I think sometimes there's some confusion that people assume that WSIB just covers every worker in Ontario if there's an injury, or that auto insurance will provide sufficient income replacement should you be disabled from a car accident, when that might not always be the case. I'm Libby Telford. I'm a licensed life and health insurance advisor in Ontario, and I do advise on, help plan, strategize, and sell personal and private disability income replacement plans for people in Ontario. I'll leave some links in the description below, and you can do some research to see where you stand as far as WSIB coverage, mandatory coverage, optional coverage, and not qualified coverage versus personal insurance. And let me know if you want to have a free, no obligation chat. I'd be happy to help.